everyone, it's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this pick a card reading. So in today's video we're going to be looking more in detail at career, as I did do a career and life path reading, so I thought I'd just see what else can come through today. I have actually made some new career cards as well, so which will just make it a little bit of fun. I put quite a range of careers, so if you're stuck on knowing which direction to go in, whether you're on the right path already or whether there's something else out there for you, hopefully this reading will help you to be able to give you some guidance on that. So there are 4 doors to choose from, so whichever one you feel instinctively drawn to is the pile for you. So we have 1, 2, 3 and then 4. So once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile/door. Okay, so let's get started with group number 1. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 1 or door number 1, let's see what it says. So we've got 1111, numbers and doubles, synchronicity in 2, don't hold back your love now, life is meant for you. I do feel definitely with this energy of 1111 and synchronicity, this is the master angel number. So I do feel like you are on your divinely guided path. You may not be feeling like you're going in the right direction, but I do sense immediately with this pile that what you're doing is leading you towards your higher purpose. Okay, so these are the Oracle and the Tarot cards that I've pulled. I haven't looked at them yet either, so I'm going to look at them with you right now. Okay, so here are your cards, group 1. Now we'll be pulling the career cards in a few moments, but let's just delve into what's going on here. So immediately what I'm picking up is that there is something that either you have been thinking about doing, that maybe you've been going back and forth between, something that you've been thinking about for some time, but I definitely get this energy of recording, okay, because we have cassette. Okay, so we could take that literally. So maybe you are a video editor or a video creator, or you do something with film, quite possibly. So something to do with recording, but also it could be being in the spotlight, so being either behind the camera or in front of the camera. But I do get this sense with you, group 1, that you may, in some ways, may feel like you want to be in front of the camera, but there's a lack of confidence within you at this time. There could be something going on with your sacral chakra, okay? So if the sacral chakra is out of balance, that can affect your ego, your self-control, your confidence within yourself. It's also the place and home of your psychic gifts and powers. So because that's in reverse, I'm definitely feeling there's something going on there where you're either not feeling in your own power or you're not able to push forwards with the dreams that you really have and desire because there's something holding you back, okay? And this could be this energy here of being brokenhearted. So for some of you, you might be going through a literal breakup or heartbreak, which could have put a stop to things, put a stop to your career moving forwards. It does feel like past energy, so I do feel for most of you that whatever this was, I feel like you've moved through that and you've worked through that and you've left it in the past. Because this could also be in terms of your career, maybe the place that you were working or are currently working, and you may have felt stabbed in the back, or there was some kind of deceit or someone else's energy that came in the way, because this can also be third-party energy. So maybe this was something that was out of your control that you weren't able to do anything about here, because we have this energy with the Father of Cups in reverse. This is a male energy, so this could be you, but this could be someone else externally. It doesn't matter. But I just feel that this person has either lost the love for something or was emotionally unavailable here. So this could be somebody again that you work with, or again this could be somebody that's personal to you in your life, a family member, an older male figure quite possibly, or like I said, a romantic partner or a friend. But someone, they may have brought you down in many ways and made you feel like you either weren't worthy of, you know, the gifts that you really have, or that you weren't going to make it in any way, that you weren't going to be successful, because I just see this chipping away at your self-esteem. Because I feel like in some senses you started off really well, so you might have had a happy upbringing, or you might have done really well in your career and just had a lucky type of life in some way, but I just feel like there's something that came between you and your passion and your dream. But I do feel like that is starting to shift now, so that's a very positive thing that's coming through here, group 1, is that you are starting to reach the top of the ladder. So you are still working really hard, regardless of how you've been feeling. And even though I feel you can ruminate a little bit and go back and forth, but back to past negative energies at times, but you are very, very strong, and you will push yourself forwards regardless of what's going on. So if you are in the energy of stagnancy and boredom or lack of motivation and will, then that's about to change. But again, you have to have that will. The will is powerful. Your will is powerful. If you will yourself to do something, you will do it. The man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both right. Okay, so that's how you need to think about it. Make sure that if this is genuinely something you want, you need to have that belief in yourself, finding that self-worth. And then I feel you are going to receive a lot of abundance, okay, with this exchanging gifts energy. So I definitely see that as abundance coming your way. So we do have a ballerina on that card. So some of you maybe you wear a ballerina, maybe you are a dancer. But I definitely see a sense of being very graceful. So I also see makeup as well. So you could be very into makeup or work within the beauty industry, possibly the healthcare industry. But I feel like this is more about stuff as well. So maybe even in fashion or selling, maybe you sell things, maybe you have your own business. This might be something that you're working towards here. But like I said, I do also see some kind of influencer vibe. So social media influencer with this, cassette energy, sort of recording things, like I said. So, you might be like a beauty blogger. But I do also get the sense that you may either feel more comfortable working alone, or you may be feeling forced to work alone because of the restrictions, because of the public health crisis. In some way, you may feel you are having to work alone. But like I said, I just feel like innately you might just be very good at either self-delegating and pushing yourself and driving yourself, but only doing what you feel passionate about is something that you really enjoy. I do feel for you, group 1, that you wouldn't be good in doing, like being a pen pusher, so to say, something that you wouldn't enjoy every day. I feel like you really need to earn money doing what you like. You're getting that fulfillment from, and that is one of the best ways to make money, because you can be happy doing what you're doing regardless of how much money you make. Of course, money does make an impact as to your level of happiness. If you're lacking enough to sustain you to if you're lacking enough financial stability just to feel safe and secure, of course that can impact on happiness. But if you're making enough and you've got a roof over your head and you can afford to eat and feed yourself or feed your family, then I feel like you could just enjoy whatever it is you're doing, whether that's part-time, whether that's full-time. But I just feel like almost you want to emerge, from a dark place, from being hidden. So you may have been hiding in the shadows, but I just see you wanting to emerge. But you have to work through those issues within your sacral chakra. Oh, sorry, did I say sacral? I mean solar plexus. Solar plexus. I don't know if I said sacral earlier. I may have. But I feel the fact that I kept saying it probably means there is something going on with the sacral chakra. So your emotional stability, as well as your confidence and your ego, etc. Okay, so there's just a need for me to say that. I don't know why, but if you can realign yourself in an emotional way and feel better in yourself, I feel like you'll be able to push forwards. But you definitely are going in the right direction, I feel, for you. So let's see what else is coming through. Okay, so before I pull the career cards, I am just going to roll the Astro dice, and we're just going to see what comes through there. Okay. Okay, so career and life path for you, group 1. Okay. So we have Gemini, we have Mercury, and we have the number 6. Okay, so the fact that we have Gemini and Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. So you could have strong Gemini placements in your chart, or possibly Virgo as well. But this speaks to, Gemini rules the hands, so you could do something very active with your hands. Again, that could come back to working in the beauty industry, putting on makeup, or creating videos, creating content. Like I said, it doesn't have to be around beauty, but that's the overwhelming feeling that I get, okay? But it could even be a way of you beautifying the world in, your own perspective. So even if that means gardening or You know, I see flowers as well, something to do with flowers. I don't know if like flower arranging or balloons, or even so interior decorating, design, you know, something that's very creative. A creative field I feel would suit you, a group 1 for sure, but something that where you can communicate. Gemini loves to communicate, loves to create videos, because it does rule technology as well. So we've definitely got technology, working with computers, working with people and communicating. So that is definitely something that you are very naturally good at. And I feel like it's something that you will need to sustain in a long-term job. So like I said, even if you're working alone, it's still like you have to be able to converse or talk to people or share information in some way. The number 6 I feel could have something to do with what you do, but I'm getting the sense it's more of, it could be a time scale here. It also can be the 6th astrological house. So that house is ruled by one and only Virgo as well. So again, lots of Virgo, Gemini, air and earth coming through. So there could be something to do with the 6th house, which rules pets as well. So you could be very close to animals. I forgot to say actually, because we had the cat in that photo. So for some of you might be very connected to, you know, animals and your pets. So there could be something to do with pets you'd be very good at. But also daily routines, that's what the 6th house represents, is working, daily routines and health and wellness and fitness. So for some of you, you might be very much into fitness, being a personal trainer or yoga teacher or a fitness advocate, okay? But I also see mental health advocate as well is what is coming through. Because without the mental health, everything else can fall apart. So that might be something that you will be either speaking on, because it might be something you have personal experience with, or it just may be the sector in which you work in. You may record self-help videos, okay? Whether that's online through social media in that sense, or more conventionally through, you know, an institution, the NHS, etc. But there's definitely something there about helping people with mental health, with technology. Yeah, there's something going on there. Okay, so let's look at the career cards. Like I said, these may be a bit of fun because I've put so many different random ones in here, but let's see what's coming through for you, group 1. Oh, okay. Fire brigade. Now, I know that's probably such a strange way of writing it instead of putting like firefighter or something. I don't know why I wrote fire brigade. But the weirdest thing is that since I made these, that one just keeps coming out. Okay, so it's weird. It's weird. I don't know whether that is some kind of premonition. Okay, you know, don't want to put any fear into anybody, but and not about your, I just feel like it keeps coming out, so I don't know whether we're going to see more wildfires or something, or it also can be, I feel, putting out, you know, figurative fires, you know, putting out fires in people's lives in some way, again, if that's affecting their mental health though. So there could be a sense of sort of putting out fires, okay? But like I said, some of these, I don't know, it's funny, some of them may make a lot of sense, some of them might just be a bit of fun, but I just think it's very strange that that one just keeps coming out, and I can't explain why. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. You can see that, right? Mental health. Social media influencer. Okay. So those are definitely making more sense with this reading. Okay, there we go. One more for you. Oh my God, vet. Sorry, it just shocks me myself sometimes when it comes out like this. Whoo, okay. Yeah, so we do have, so I feel like your path, your life path is definitely to be of service and to help others, okay? By way of maybe influencing people through social media. Okay, whether that is bringing beauty into the world and people are able to relax watching your videos or your content, or whether it's something that you find very cathartic or therapeutic to do, you know, whether that's nails or, like I said, interior design or something, or being an artist, being something creative, something to do with your hands, something that you enjoy, but you also give joy to others, okay? And it's a happy and positive exchange, okay? So what you are providing, you enjoy, and then you receive gifts back in return. So it's a two-way street, whatever it is that you're going to do. So, you know, and you might have a few different interests as well. You might decide, you know, you might be down the route of social media influencer, but then you want to go down the mental health route, okay, or vice versa. So you could already work in mental health or possibly with animals. But these are definitely things I feel that would serve your higher purpose. You may not even feel called to one of these particular things or any of them at this moment, but I do feel they definitely all are aligning with this reading. So if none of this makes sense, you may have chosen the wrong pile. Okay, so let me know down in the comments below if this resonated for you. And if it did, please give the video a thumbs up. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 2, let's see. What does your door say about you and your career and future? The art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. Interesting. So the fact that it has art within that, I feel this is definitely going to be a bit of a creative reading. Okay, so you may already be interested in the arts. Okay, so let's see what your other cards have to say. Okay, so here are your cards. Let's turn them over and see together what you are meant to be doing, what career path you're on, where are you going in life. Let's see what's coming through here for you, group 2. Very interesting. So the first thing I'm drawn to is the yang right there in the center. Okay, and the number 1. So there may be something that you've just started. I'm definitely getting some cardinal energy come through here, especially Aries. So if you're any of the cardinal signs, or, you know, an Aries, possibly Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury. But I see this Aries energy of creating something new. There's a new beginning on the horizon for you. So this may have been a new venture that you've not just recently started and it's doing quite well, or this could be something that you're just considering doing. But Yang is all about taking action. It's the masculine side, the masculine energy, so which is all about drive, competitive ambition, and actually taking action and movement, whereas the feminine energy is the opposite. Observing, taking some time out, being silent, being the listener. Okay, Yang is the talker. Okay, so talking actually could be something. I feel like you could talk quite a lot in what you do. Maybe you're somebody that reaches out over social media platforms and you give tutorials, or you could be a singer, or you could be also a writer as well. I'm feeling writing is coming through, and that might be a strong point of yours. But certainly something where you're actively using the hands and you are creating. So even like sculpture as well. I see almost this sculpting with the hands, or a ball or something. I don't know, something going on there, especially because we've got 2 images of the sort of balls, or balls of light and energy and chi. So that might be something that you also work with. But I do feel that your intuition is very strong. Okay, your third eye is very much open and you are very in tune with the signs that come through. So I feel like you've been called to do this. So if there is something that you've kind of been wondering about, should I start this, should I not? I do feel like you definitely should start that, because it's like the signs are telling you that it's going to be good, that it's something that you need to be doing. And with daughter value, I do feel like this is going to be very prosperous for you. For some of you, you may already be in that place where you are already earning a lot of money. And it does seem to be like quite a stable and secure side of things. However, I do feel like there is a sense of codependency and relying upon something. So this could be past energy where you had to rely on either someone else or something else to get you through, or possibly even on a job that you've not enjoyed, but it's given you security with finances, so you've continued to do that, but it's not something that actually drives your passion or drives your higher purpose. Okay, that's a message for some of you, that there is this clinging on to something, and it's like you're ready to release and let go of that. You're ready to move forwards. And I feel like, yeah, you've been kind of waiting in the wings almost. You've been standing back and observing, waiting to make your move and do something. Yeah, and then I see you actually dropping that guard, and instead of actually observing, it's like you're going to actually start moving, taking action, finding that real ambition and drive, and pushing forwards and standing up for yourself. Okay, because you may not have stood up for yourself in the past, or your rights, what you believe in, and you know, when it comes to your career or your higher purpose, I do feel there is that sense of moving forwards and actually moving locationally. So I do feel like this could be a traveler's pile here. So it might be something that you feel you like to do, is travel, but also selling houses, okay, with all these keys. So, or possibly driving as well. There could be something to do with driving, manufacturing cars, or I don't know, working with racing in some ways coming through. So yeah, so I might be picking up on some mechanics here. Like I said, this is going to be a general reading, of course, so I'm going to pick up quite a few different jobs, and I will pull the specific career cards in a few moments, which will give us a bit more clarity on it. Yeah, so whatever jobs come through in my mind, I'm going to let you know. So yeah, so something to do with cars, maybe for some of you, but for others, yeah, you could be a letting agent, an estate agent, or yes, you could work in real estate, something to do with leasing as well, leasing deals. Well, it could also be something that you're working towards, is buying a house, buying a place, buying a new car. So for some of you, this could be the direction you're going in is going to help you get to the point where you're able to have those keys in your hand and you've finally bought your dream house or your dream car, okay, by working really hard through what you're doing. I definitely feel there's a lot of drive within this group, okay? You have a lot of energy, and I do sense that there's been some time where you've been trying to balance out your yin and yang energy. You know, this right here, I feel like this is the yang pushing forwards, this is the yin taking some time out, reflecting and using your own intuition to help guide you through. So, and this, for some of you, you may be naturally very intuitive and psychic, and that also could be the realm in which you are delving into. Maybe you are starting your own business, you know, psychically giving people readings. You could be an astrologer. You could also, you know, work as a mental health professional, or you could do Reiki or hypnotherapy or something where you're really helping people. Also massage as well is coming through. I really feel like there's a sense of wanting to help people, using your intuition, but also taking that physical action. So I feel like you need a lot going on, a lot of stimulation in your day-to-day life, and especially in your work when it's something that you do so much. It doesn't feel like there's something that you just do constantly. It's the same thing every day. I feel like you get very bored, and you need things to be spicy, a little bit, you know, interchangeable. So I do feel like that's what's coming through. Maybe that's what you're already doing, or that's the path that you're being led towards. So I'm just going to roll the astrology dice as well and see what comes through. Okay, yes, so there we go. We have Aries, we have the North Node, and we have the number 5. Beautiful. So 5s represent a change. So there is a change coming. Things are about to certainly take maybe an unexpected change in your career. You are going to make some kind of a movement. You are going to spark something with that Aries energy. Yeah, something that you are passionate about, something you're just going to do it. You're just going to think, do you know what? I'm not going to wait any longer. I've been waiting long enough. It's time to just do it and start something. Everyone has to start somewhere, and it's better to start something and not finish it than to never start it at all, okay? Never look back on life with regrets. And the fact we also have the North Node there, that is very telling, okay? Very telling. I was wondering if they were going to pop out during the reading, and this is the first one so far. So the North Node is the nodal axis within your chart that will determine what your life path is, you know, your higher purpose, where you are meant to go, the direction that you're going in. So definitely check out what your North Node sign falls in. Very easy to check online. Just Google your birthday and then North and South Node, and it'll tell you. So North Node is where you're going. The South Node is your past life and what happened to you on an emotional level, things that needed to be healed in this life. Okay, so like I said, the North Node is where you're going. So for some of you, you may have Aries North Node. You might have an Aries South Node. So especially if you have an Aries North Node, you may be being called to be more selfish, okay? Less selfless, working more so on yourself and what you want and the desires and your goals, because you may have always been the one that was sacrificing and being there for others before. But now it's like your time to, you know, really enjoy your life and do what it is that you want to do without being held back by anybody else or your own limiting self-beliefs. So definitely, but I feel like the fact that it has come out, that North Node, definitely check where that falls. And I may consider doing a video talking through all of the North and South Nodes. I'm sure somebody did ask me to do one and commented. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, if that's something that you would enjoy, because I am considering it. If enough people would like me to do it, we can look more in depth at the South and North Nodes, and which may help clear things up more so there too. But yes, there's definitely something to do with taking action, you know, with that Aries, that fire energy, again, something very passionate. So it could be literal fire. So it could be about, you know, literal something that is very fiery. For some of you, it could be a firefighter. You know, you could want to fight fires, literal or figurative, putting fires out potentially. For some, this could be working within the military, working in something very physical, a physical exercise, being a personal trainer or a drill sergeant, or possibly even a prison warden, in that sense of, needing to be the one in control, a policeman, quite possibly, or policewoman. So for some of you, being in a place of authority, I do feel may suit you, okay? Being on top, being the boss. So it doesn't have to be in one of those particular fields, but I feel like either being your own boss or being the one on top, I feel like you don't like to be told what to do, and you are more of a leader rather than a follower, okay? Especially if you're in a place where you're feeling like you are not the one leading, I feel like that is going to change, certainly quite quickly, I'm seeing. But yes, but again, it could be just creating your own business. Okay, Aries are very, very good at creating things. They're the ones that, striking the match. They can create that fire, okay? It's just whether they can keep it burning, okay? And that's the important thing, is to have that consistency. So once you've created it, and then it's having that consistency and putting the time and effort in to keep it going and flourishing. But if it's something that you actually enjoy doing, again, regardless of the financial outcome in the beginning, then it's something that you will more likely continue. But if it's something that feels like a drag and it's not something you enjoy, then it's unlikely you're going to do it for no money, let alone receiving money. So it's always better to try and find something that you actually do get enjoyment from mostly, because there always might be something tedious about a job that you may dislike. You're not going to enjoy every single side of it, but as long as you enjoy most of it, if you can, then you will have that motivation to continue. So looking now at the career cards. Now, these are going to be a little bit of fun. There are some really random ones in here. I've tried to think of quite a few, but of course it's impossible to write down all of the possible jobs. But yeah, so just be aware, there might be a couple of funny ones in there that come out, but mostly, hopefully they will make sense for you. Okay, so we have doctor. So that makes sense with helping people heal and with your hands, working in a physical sense, so working with people and physical health. So that could be something that you would either be innately good at, something that you already do. Okay. Yoga teacher, yeah, that makes sense too. Builder, yeah, very physical as well. Politician, okay. Teacher. Okay, so yes, we have two teachers. So definitely either teaching people in a physical sense, teaching people yoga, how to work with their bodies, could be teaching children, or could be teaching adults, but definitely teaching is clearly a strong suit for you. So if you feel like you have, an expert level of experience in something, or even a vast knowledge of experience, doesn't have to be expert, but if you feel like you've got a wisdom that you can impart on people, I do feel you've got a very good way of, I remember I said speaking in the very beginning, speaking. So you have a lot of power in your voice and your words, and the ability to be very diplomatic with that politician energy as well. The ability to look at both sides of things and to be very fair. I mean, I'm not saying all politicians are fair, but in an ideal world, of course. But also there is a sense of very ruthless energy. Okay, so to be a politician, to a certain point, you've got to have a level of emotional detachment and a slight bit of ruthlessness, or whether you are, a CEO of a company, you've got to be able to put certain feelings aside in order to succeed. So you might be that kind of person. You might be quite cutthroat, and not in a negative sense where you don't care about other people and what you do, but to a certain point, you're just going to push forwards regardless of maybe other people's opinions. Okay, but like I said, you do have this ability to be very fair, to see both sides of things, to see that, things are not just black and white. Okay, and there's definitely a lot of intelligence from you, because if someone is going to be any of these professions, then you do need to have a level of intelligence, okay? And whether that is to see both sides of things, to be able to relay information that you've learned in a positive way that helps them to learn, to be able to help heal people, to, because doctors still have to make decisions every day. They go through obviously years and years of study, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's down to that one particular doctor or nurse or profession where you have to make some sort of decision based on your knowledge, but based on that particular case. It's never one size fits all. So, you know, being discerning enough to make that decision, but again, having that authority to make that decision. And the same with building as well. You know, building something from the ground up, that's starting something from scratch. So yeah, you could be working within architecture or building or creating buildings, or, you know, blueprints is what I'm seeing. Like I said, or, you know, some kind of building an empire. For some of you it could be. But I literally say, if you are a builder, you're, you know, building one step at a time, one brick at a time, laying one brick at a time. And it takes consistency, it takes hard work, it's hard labor, but you still have to have the knowledge, you know, where to place the bricks, you know, how to make sure the building is stable. There's still a lot of intelligence that goes into all of these jobs. So I do feel you've got to have that that brain, that very yang, like I said, yang type of brain, yang side, where you're able to just focus and work, and you're able to put that time and effort in. It's not really a job where you can, anything I feel like you do is not something where you just sit back and kind of, I mean, not that any job is particularly just sit back and do nothing, but I feel there's definitely a sense of you needing to make decisions, taking action, and you use a lot of your intelligence by doing so. So you have a lot of things that you could do, and very important things. I said, you know, every job is important. No one job is more important than another, because they all help the world tick over and tick by, and providing some sort of service or product, you know, that helps people or makes people feel good. Okay, so I feel whatever it is that you're going to do, though, is definitely almost for the help of making life better for people, making people feel better in some way. Okay, and making things appear better, more beautiful. But I just feel whatever you choose to do, you are going to reach the top. You are somebody that is going to be in charge. Okay, so if you're not feeling in that place now, you're like, oh, that is where I'd love to be, but I'm just not there yet. You will be. You will. If you continue, you know, with your will, your will is going to take you far. If you continue with your consistent efforts, okay, thinking positively, making the steps that you know you need to take, that are necessary to get to where you need to get to, you will. And I've said this before, but the man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both right. Okay, it's all about your own perspective, your own terms, how you voice things, how the particular energy that you embody. And I feel like you embody this very wealthy and in charge, authoritative, knowledgeable energy. Okay, so if you're not feeling that way right now, you need to try your best to embody that, because I feel like that is the direction that you're going, and you are being called in that direction, and you are going to be needed. I feel you're going to be very much needed in one of these arenas to help people. Okay, so I do hope this resonated for you, and if it did, please let me know down in the comments below, and please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading today. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 3, let's see. So the Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy's traveller's odyssey. Okay, very interesting. So immediately what I'm picking up is being outdoors, traveling. Okay, I'm seeing water as well. I'm seeing boats. So I don't know if there's a sense of being called to travel to another place for your career path or your higher purpose or your passion, or whether that's something you actually like to do within your work. I just feel like, yeah, there's definitely a sense of travel coming through, but we're going to look at your other cards and see what comes through. Okay, so let's see what they say. So looking at this straight away, the first thing I'm thinking is Taurus, by the way. So I don't know if you have Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, South or North Node, but I definitely feel that there's a strong Taurian quality coming through here. There's a sense of liking to rest, liking to enjoy home comforts, luxuries around you. Definitely that, yeah, that comfortable Taurus vibe with that time for a nap. So that could also be the place that you're feeling right now. You're feeling like you're lacking motivation, you're not really wanting to move forwards with anything, and you're just feeling a little bit stuck is what I'm sensing. But then again, I mean, look at both of these images here with these gardens and these lovely outdoor, you know, scenic nature pictures here. So yeah, definitely look at all these flowers. So you might be someone that likes to garden or likes to flower arrange, or that, you know, there's something to do with, you know, plants. okay, but also being outdoors. So again, I do feel that you can be a very outdoorsy person. And look at this, you know, this duck there on the lake as well. So maybe being near lakes, maybe fishing. Like I said, maybe you travel, you like to travel, either for work or for leisure. Okay, so but I do feel there is a sense of being called outside. But what I am feeling at this moment, especially with both of those energies being reversed, I almost sense that maybe a lot of you are feeling restricted because of, you know, this public health crisis, because of the restrictions that are in place. So you may feel very much stifled. Maybe you're not able to travel the way that you once did. Maybe that you're feeling called even more to travel. But I'm also sensing here, because of this, that you're actually starting to heal a lot more through staying indoors. But also that this is your opportunity to heal yourself being indoors, because sometimes you may find that you like to run away from things, you know, by traveling. Sometimes that can be a sense of escapism for you, running away from problems. Okay, so for some of you that may resonate. So it might be that a sense that you are being called at this moment, you're having to stay in and you're having to work through some things personally on a deeper level that make you feel uncomfortable. So instead of running because you're not able to travel at this moment, you may feel, okay, I have to deal with whatever is going on here because I've got no place to hide. Okay. And with this Hermit energy, which is the card of Virgo, so you could have Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury as well. So definitely lots of Earth coming through, but we do have fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then Cups, which is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. But yeah, this is the energy of coming out of your shell. So I do feel like this is about moving forwards here. So where you felt very much introverted and either not reaching out to people that you care about, or not really making any efforts when it comes to your career and your life path, I do feel like that is about to change and you're about to emerge out of your shell and make some kind of movement. I do feel like there is something or someone stopping or getting in your way though with this. This is male fire energy here. So it could be a male within your life or your workplace that this person is quite dominant. They can be very selfish and they may even have a bit of a temper, but they could also repress a lot of things. Okay, and it may be the sense that that's how you're feeling. If this is a boss of yours, maybe you're feeling restricted by them. This could be government as well in your reading. This could be the government putting a stop to what you want to do. Okay, but for some of you, this could be a person, a partner in your life, a father figure or a brother or a friend, a male figure of some kind, possibly even a female with a lot of male energy. It doesn't have to be male, but it's definitely dominant energy. And it's like, that's almost what's maybe made you go into your shell, go more so introverted here and just feel like things are not moving forwards. Okay. And I just feel at this moment you are on the right path, and there's a sense if you do need to feel like you need to take a nap, then that's what you need to do. Okay. There could even be something to do with sleeping. Maybe you, I don't know if you work, what kind of industries are there with sleeping? I mean, there are medical professionals out there who help with sleep diagnoses and helping people through sleep issues. It could even be that your sleep is affected by worrying about your career, about your job in some way. Okay, there's definitely something to do with shutting the world out. Okay. Making blinds just came through. You could sell or make blinds. And I'm just gonna, when things come through, I'm just gonna say them. So sometimes they may sound really crazy, but every job is a job. You know, there's a job for everyone here. So as and when it comes out, I'll let you know. But yeah, I know that was a specific one, but like I said, I definitely see a lot of colors as well. So if you are creative, I do feel like you might be very good at landscape artistry. Okay, maybe you are a landscape gardener. Okay, you could do something in that respect. You could be a dog walker or even a farmer as well, or, you know, something to do with, you know, vegetation, geology, you know, exploring. I just see you wanting to explore and explore outside. Okay, but you may also like to explore the human psyche, the subconscious. Okay, so that's what's coming through. So maybe you like to investigate what goes on in people's sleep, in their dreams. You know, maybe you're a dream analyst. Maybe that's something that you find very interesting, or you like to monitor other people's sleeps. Maybe you've had sleep issues yourself and that's given you the insight into that side of things. And then we do have abundance. Okay, keep a positive mindset to manifest exactly what you want, and gratitude and bliss. I do feel like a lot of the time you are able to keep a positive mindset. You may not have been feeling that way so inclined at this moment or through this last year, but I just feel like overall you can have this really sunny disposition, and I think that a lot of positive things are coming your way with that abundance flowing to you, but you have to come out of your shell first in order to experience that, because I do feel like there's an offer coming in for you. And this seems to be an emotional offer, so it could be an offer of friendship. So you could meet someone, a new friend, and then they offer you a new opportunity within the work realm. But I am going to look specifically at the career card messages in a minute, and the dice, which will give us some more clues and hints about your career path and higher purpose. But yeah, I just feel like there's this energy of a message coming through, and like I said, it may come through a friend or someone that you've met before, someone that you've worked with before, because it seems like a very sweet message. But it may even just be a message from someone you care about that helps to give you a bit of a push towards reaching your goals. So yeah, I just feel like there's this energy of like you've got people watching out for you, even if you don't realize it. There are people that care about you very deeply and they want the best for you, but it just may not be that you're always able to see that. Okay, so let's look at the Astro dice before we look at the career cards. Okay, so I just dropped that dice somewhere, right. Okay, so we have the Sun, we have Scorpio, and then we have the number 10. Okay, so the Sun, sunshine, traveling to sunnier places, like to being outside, being out in the sun. Yeah. But that can also be about wanting to be in the spotlight. I'm not really getting that for you, group 3, but of course it could make sense for some of you that you're wanting to be out in the spotlight. But then there is this contrasting energy with Scorpio, because Scorpio likes to be hidden, likes privacy, likes the mysterious things, likes to dig deep. So there could be some inner confliction going on within you, wanting to be out in the spotlight, but then also wanting to hide. So it's like, I do see this kind of in, out, like the turtle sort of pokes his head out of his shell and then pops it back in, pops it out, pops it back in. So it might even be you sort of dipping your toe in the water in something and then kind of pulling back and not being quite sure of yourself. But I definitely get the sense that whatever you do, you will like to dig deep into it. You want to know everything about it. Maybe you get quite obsessed with certain things, especially if you are passionate about what you do, then you're happy to put that time and effort into digging through. But it's like you have to have that passion, I feel. And the fact that we have the number 10, the 10 is also the 10th astrological house, which is the house of fame and fortune. So this could be a little premonition for some of you. I do feel for some of you might become quite well known or quite famous for something. And yeah, it's definitely about, it's the career house and what you do and what is being seen to the world, okay? And also 10 represents a level of feeling complete in what you do, feeling financially secure, feeling on top of your game, feeling you've climbed the top of the ladder, or you're the CEO, or either your own company or someone else's. It's like you've reached the top, absolutely. But yeah, but there's something that is a little bit more dark or hidden. Something you might even start a business without telling anybody about it. You might keep it to yourself and stay private about it. You might just keep this quiet. Definitely there is this element of keeping something quiet about yourself. So you may even feel like other people are not ready for what you're doing or what you want to do. And that's okay. I started this channel like that. I didn't tell anybody what I was doing straight away, except for like a couple of friends and close family. I didn't let anybody know, and I just did it. And then over time, I just don't care. Who knows now? But sometimes you just got to make that movement. And sometimes it can be quite nice because you've got no pressure. If no one knows what you're doing, you can get a genuine gauge as well as to whether you're any good at it, whether you enjoy it. Okay, so we have architect here. Oh, yoga teacher. And I did mean to say there's many in here, and there are lots of really random ones. There's some funny ones and all sorts. So yeah, we don't take these completely seriously, but we can take elements from some of them as well that will make sense. So what else can you tell me about your life direction, your goals, career, where are you headed, what would you be good at? Journalist. Oh my God. Okay, Fire Brigade, I'll tell you about that one in a minute. Oh my God, that's so many. I didn't even mean to pull this many. Okay, fashion designer, teacher, Fire Brigade. When I wrote that, I honestly laughed out of it. I was like, really? Does anybody call it that anymore? The firefighter, whatever, right? But I just find it's very strange because it's been coming out a lot. And I don't just mean in my readings, but even for myself when I made them and I was trying them out with others, it just keeps coming out. So I am sensing there's some kind of a weird like premonition with fires or something. But again, it could be not literal fires, and I don't mean around you, but I mean just, you know, in the world there may be some things that feel like they're on fire, because I keep seeing the tower, like things crashing and burning almost. So it might be a sense of wanting to put out fires, figurative fires, you know, putting out fires in other people's lives, quite possibly. Okay, so but I just feel like there's a reason that one keeps coming out. So yeah, and being the fact that we have yoga teacher and then teacher, which is weird because those two came out in another one earlier, very strange. So that pile may also resonate for you as well. And because we've got all this teacher energy here, so I do feel like you will have a natural talent at either speaking, public speaking, learning things, being able to retain a lot of knowledge and then being able to relay it in a way that people understand. So there's definitely something within that, and especially now we have journalists too. So, you know, with a journalist, they have to dig deep, okay, digging for a story, digging into the information, finding out the truth. So that is also something that could take you across the world. It could take you traveling everywhere. So I know journalism of some kind could be something that you're very into if you're someone that does like to write. Okay, you like to write, you like to give your opinion, you like to find out the truth, you like to look at all sides of things, and you like to travel. So journalism could be something that would make sense there for you as well. And you know, you could travel with mostly all of these things, with being a fashion designer if you love fashion, or maybe just working in the fashion industry, or you're very creative at designing things. You know, that could certainly take you very far. With architect as well, again, that's designing structural buildings. So there's definitely a sense of, I think with all of these, bar Fire Brigade, I feel with all of them there's almost a level of freedom within them. Again, depending on what you choose, that you can choose to teach whatever it is that you like. And, you know, you can choose to build what you like, you can choose to design what you like, to write about what you like, you know, all within to a certain extent, depending on whether you are freelance or you work for another company, of course. But there's definitely the sense of having freedom and being able to pick and choose certain jobs or certain things. And I do get the sense that you need some break. It's like when you're happy to put in that work, but you also need to have a good amount of time where you can rest and break. And I feel like you just need a bit of extra restoration, okay, than some. Like you can get burned out a little bit, you know, or quite easily at times. So, you know, I feel like that's something where, you know, you'll work very intensely, but then you'll have a nice long break. So it's balanced. It's very balanced, I feel, for you, group 3. But there's certainly quite a range of different things that you could do, and, you know, things that you'll naturally be very good at. So some of this may resonate, some of it may not, but, you know, like I said, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everybody. But let me know down in the comments below if this did resonate and how it resonated. I'd love to know, and please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading today. Okay, have a lovely rest of your day and take care. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 4 and this lovely blue door, let's see. What does it say? So we've got deeper. You are not finished, you are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper, the best is yet to come. Hold on, hold on. Interesting, love that. So deeper. So that could be digging holes, digging deep into God knows what. But the ocean as well, going deep down into the ocean. Something came through about that. But let's see what your other cards say. Let's see what messages come through about your career and higher purpose. Okay, so interesting reading, group 4, very interesting. Okay, so firstly, I'll just let you know the signs that I'm seeing. I'm seeing Pentacles, which is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then we have the card of Gemini here. So those could be your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars or Mercury signs. But yeah, I mean, I do get the sense that things may have been a bit challenging for you recently. Okay, so you may have been feeling a little bit insecure financially, maybe that you've had a lot to juggle, and maybe you've been juggling 2 different jobs, okay, because I'm seeing 2 things here, 2 sides. Now, I'm going to look at the career cards and the astro dice soon to get more clarity for you and see what comes through, but yeah, I mean, and I'm probably gonna get more than one job that comes through, of course, because every person is going to have more than one thing they'll be good at, but of course I'm speaking to more than one person here, so of course this is going to be generalized, but I definitely feel for you guys that there's a sense of 2, because Gemini is that energy as well. Gemini is 2 things. Rules it, actually in the body, it rules everything that comes in 2s, the hands, the feet, the lungs, the legs, the arms. So there's maybe a sense that you could work in a partnership as well. So whether you have 2 different jobs that you juggle, or 2 different passions, or you have a person in your life that you work with, you know, you've got a really great business partnership, quite possibly. And there could even be something romantic, because I am getting this romantic connection at work. So maybe you met your current partner through your work. You know, there could have been an affair as well. I have to say third party energy. I know this is a career reading, but there's a reason this energy is coming through. So I've got to let you know, and then we can move on from it. But it may be that, you know, that has led you onto the path that you needed to be on. Okay, you may have had to go through some kind of experience in this situation where you needed to evolve and you needed to grow. Okay, because I do feel like in the past with this orphaned energy that there was a sense of feeling very alone, in a dark place in yourself, not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, not feeling like there's hope or that there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's very, very dark energy. But like I said, this seems to be in the past now. If this is how you're feeling right now though, this is a very positive indicator that things are going to change, especially as it's a number 5 as well, which represents a change. Okay, so things are about to change, and we have good luck coming, because I see 2 3s here, 30 and 12, both make 3 in numerology. So I feel, you know, 3 is a very lucky number. So your luck is about to change, okay? Or for some of you that already are feeling lucky, then yeah, you can feel that your luck has changed and things are starting to move forwards. But there's a sense that you needed to dig quite deep, because you may have been looking at the grass is greener on the other side. Okay, either looking at a new career prospect as being better than where you already are or where you already were. Okay. And or possibly even seeing that about the place that you are currently in or were in. You may feel like, oh, this is better than anything else, so I'm just going to stay here because it's comfortable, because I get the benefits that I want, or it keeps me secure. But I just feel like there's a sense of breaking through, breaking out of tradition or the convention and the consistent, whatever you've been doing consistently for a while. I feel like there's a sense of moving forwards here and moving on to your path that is going to take you to a higher place of healing and happiness. I do feel that very strongly. For some of you may even work with finance or work with money. It's the first time in this reading today, or this money has come through. So yeah, it could be something that you are a financial advisor, or you help people to make money. Maybe you promote or new types of currency, the cryptocurrency. Maybe that's something that you're very interested in. Maybe you are an investor. You know, you're very good at investing in things, or knowing the right time and place to invest and what to invest and how much. Yeah, there's definitely a sense of working with money. Maybe, you know, even in the job you were doing or the job you wanted to do, there's definitely an element of numbers. So you might be very good with numbers. You may not be so good with numbers, but this is something that you have felt stuck in, okay? But yeah, definitely an energy of more logical, I guess, in some ways. Not to say that there's no creative energy coming through, because there certainly is, especially with this temple path, some spiritual energy coming through here. But yeah, it's almost like when you're with a person, and if they're a good person and they support your dreams and goals and vice versa, I feel like you can really flourish and thrive. So maybe even bouncing ideas off of someone and just having that person there really helps you to, you know, succeed in your dreams. Whereas you may feel that you'd rather have that than to be working alone. Maybe you don't have the enough drive and push within yourself to be able to do this alone. So sometimes you just need somebody there. Nothing wrong with that. Some people work better in partnerships. Some people work better in groups. Some people work better alone. So, you know, each to their own. So I'm just going to get look at the dice and then the career cards as well, and see what else comes through. Because we haven't had too many specific jobs yet. Okay. I knew it. And I was about to say, with the partnership energy, Libra was coming through, because Libras love to be part of a partnership. They are the scales, so they always like to be balanced. So, I don't just mean you Libra suns, but Libra rising, but just the sign of Libra. The sign of Libra likes to be in pairs, almost the same way as Gemini does. But especially in relationship terms, Libra likes to be in pairs and doesn't feel right without that counterpart. Okay, so definitely that sense of either working with you in your relationship, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship or a family member. It's just a term of somebody that you would be very, very close to, and I feel you would work so well with. Okay, because we now have Uranus come in, this might not be something that's occurred yet. Okay, you may be thinking, oh, there is absolutely nobody that I know that I could go into business with or work with. Or maybe even thinking, oh, possibly, but I don't see it happening. But with the Uranus energy, that is creating unexpected changes, okay? And that is what's going on right now, because we have Uranus in Taurus, which is conjunct Mars up in the sky. Very, very intense and tense energy, as we can all feel it with what is going on in the world at the moment, especially today. I'm recording this on the 20th of January, so most of you know what today is. So there's definitely a lot of tension in the air. Even with the people that I've spoken to close to me are all feeling this tension, and not about anything specific. Okay, but that particular transit, an aspect that's happening up in the sky, I feel like is going to be affecting you. It's going to affect us all in one way or another, in a collective way and in an individual sense. So maybe check the house system that Uranus is in right now. For instance, just as an example, my Uranus at the moment is transiting my 9th house, which is the house of higher learning and beliefs. So and since it's been transiting that house, and it's a slow moving planet, so it's already been there for a couple of years, and it will be another couple more, but it's definitely shaken my belief system, and there have been things that have changed, that have changed my viewpoint a lot, and it's all been very unexpected. So that might be, depending on which house it falls in, will be the area of your life that you'll experience the most changes. So for instance, if you had that transiting the 6th house, which is the house of work, the house of daily routines, health and pets, so there may be some transformative changes, unexpected changes happening during that time. Okay, so the fact that we have that influence there also shows a level of unconvention. So maybe going against the grain a little bit, doing something that either you're not expected to do by others, or you don't expect yourself to do. It just seems like it's very I don't know, here today, gone tomorrow. Like something's going to come in very quickly. And again, look at that number 5, another change. So big changes are coming for you, group 4. Okay, so almost a sense of don't get too comfortable, or maybe just enjoy where you are right now if you are feeling comfortable, because I feel like it's not going to be long until things change, because then we are going to have some major squares as well with the stellium we have with lots of planets in Aquarius, which is the sign of, again, rebellion, people, humanitarian efforts, and wanting to go against things, going against the structure of, say, Capricorn and Saturn. Okay, so yes, definitely some big changes. So it may even have something to do with that, something to do with rebellion. Maybe you create something that helps people in that sense. I'm not, like I said, 100% sure. I would say so far this has been the most secretive reading, I would say, in terms of actually giving us tangible jobs here. So it may even be that you work behind the scenes in some way. Let's just see though what's coming through. Now some of these are quite sort of funny. I've just put so many random ones in here, but I've tried to think of as many jobs as I could, but I can't write all of them down. Okay, we've had 2 jump out. So we have, oh my God, financial advisor. Okay, fire brigade. I just will explain this once more. I think this has come out either 3 or 4 times in this reading today. Now, just quickly to let you know, first of all, I don't know why I wrote brigade instead of just firefighter, but it was too late and I thought, oh, screw it, whatever. Second of all, there is a reason that one keeps coming out, and it keeps coming out in all readings. It's come out for myself, it's come out for other people I've done readings for. And I feel that there's something going on there with fire. So it could be fire planets, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be something with, literal fires. And I don't mean around you or anything, but I mean like the wildfires in Australia, or a burning building or something. And there's a sense of wanting to put fires out. So it could be after a few years, if things continue the way that they are, with restrictions, with the public health crisis, if things continue, there may be a sense of being needed to put out fires, okay? Literally or figuratively. So I just want to let you know, because I don't want you to be afraid. For some of you, this might actually be, you might love to be a firefighter. You might already be one. You might be wanting to be one, of course. But I just find it very strange that it keeps coming out. Like I said, not just for you guys, but for others as well, and me personally. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's see what else we've got. This is definitely one of the weirdest readings I've done in a while. Oh my God, this one as well. Yoga teacher keeps coming out. Just keeps coming out. So again, that might be something about keeping present with the body and working on the body, being very flexible. Fitness instructor, okay. Police. Journalist. Okay, and one more. Oh my God. So that was way too many. And builder, okay. Okay, so some of these may resonate, some of these may not. Like I said, this is a general reading, so, we've got quite a few choices here. So some of these you may be already in tune with, some may not. But there does seem to be a theme here with being very active. So, and a contrast from being very active and, I mean, to be fair, even being a financial advisor, you still have to take action into giving people active advice and to help them with their finances. So if you are somebody that's good with their finances, or maybe you weren't, maybe you were someone that struggled with their finances, but you were able to come through the other side and you've built things back up again. So, sometimes you can be actually better at giving advice than someone that's never experienced anything negative in that sense, because you've been through it, you know the process, and you know how to get out of it. Okay, because for some of you, I just almost hear you saying, oh my God, not a chance would I ever work in finance, I'm useless with money. But like I said, things may change. In 5 years' time, you may be in a completely different financial place, and you may be, it doesn't mean that you'll be in a conventional place like working in a bank necessarily and giving people advice. You may even work through, helping people online or through social media or through blogging, or, just giving your tips on how to help people build up their financial or build financial gain and build wealth and build an empire. Who knows? Depends if you've managed to build yourself up in business or just in your work in general. You are then able to give advice, again, based on your own experiences. So yeah, for some of you, that's certainly the case. Now, fitness instructor, yoga teacher, they're very much within that same realm. So both about sort of helping people be fit, be healthy, be strong. I definitely feel like that's something that you'll be very good at, and it would be very healing for you, because again, look at that temple path energy. So almost, I feel like with the yoga teacher, lots of meditation, so helping people with their mind, helping their mind feel more relaxed and stable in some way. Okay, so this again could be something you've done before, something you're doing now, or something you may do in the future. These are just just a handful of the things that you may be good at. So, but the fact that we then have police as well with the fitness instructor, very active. Police could sometimes work in twos, having a partner, having your, other person that you work with on shift. So in a sense of working with two people, because that's the same with, actually, yeah, a lot of this is seen one-on-one financial advising. If you were in, say, a bank setting, it would be one-on-one, helping somebody build their finances. Being a fitness instructor, same thing, tends to be one-on-one unless you're running, of course, group classes, and the same with yoga teaching. You can do both, group classes or one-on-one. And again, same with police. You could be working in a larger force, or you could be one-on-one with someone. So this is something that definitely about being very active, And there's a sense of wanting to feel like being in control in some way, being in control of what you're doing, being in control of a system. And I do feel like there's a sense you want the good for everyone. So, some people you might have a negative connotation towards the police, depending on where you are located in the world, of course. Everyone has a different relationship with their own police force, and, individually, as well as just locationally. But even if you have a certain negative connotation towards the police, you may feel like, I want to be involved because I want to do good and I want to make a change, within the system. Okay, but you also may be very, very for what the police do where you are, and be very, very supportive of what they're doing. So you might want to join in that force. Okay, so it's just something I feel like, to be a very good policeman, not only obviously do you need to be aware and intuitive as to the crimes that are going on and being committed, that you're able to suss out. You have to be able to suss people out, whether they're lying. So I feel like you may be a very good judge of character as well. But you also have to have the courage to do what you need to do what is either instructed of you, or you have to make a call. There is a level of discernment that you can have. Yeah, so there would be a level of discernment when it comes to being a policeman, but also delegation. Okay, so maybe leaving some things to your partner, you taking on some other responsibilities. Being a journalist, that makes a lot of sense, because you may enjoy writing, which is very much a Gemini quality. Writing, again, with the hands, liking to dig deep into stories, liking to travel, liking to be free. Look at even the birds on this picture are just flying and flying free, liking to be out in the open. So I do feel like freedom is a big thing to you. Okay, and I mean, it's a thing for everyone, and we should all believe and want collectively freedom. But I just feel like it's something that is really close to your heart, or something that certainly is going to be more on your mind as the years go by. And then we have builder as well. So, builder, I put that as quite loose. You could be a bricklayer, where, you laying bricks, building, but you could work in anything within the building industry. I'm no builder, as you can probably tell if you are in that industry. And yeah, sorry if I don't know all of the terminology, but you get the idea. So, but this could also be architecture. But it also could be building a financial planning business, a financial advising business, building a business from the ground up. I definitely see, building a product, making something, creating something to sell. Okay, so it doesn't matter what that might be, but I definitely feel there's something where you are, working from the ground up. Okay, and you will keep pushing forwards and forwards until you reach your goal, because you have a lot of drive and determination. But it may just be a sense sometimes for you, there's a lot of juggling, and finding, it may be that, which one should I choose? I've got these two interests that I love so much, but I don't want to choose one. And you don't have to. You don't have to choose. If you enjoy both jobs, you're getting fulfillment from both jobs, you're not burning out, then great. But if you feel yourself, you are burning out, you're not able to handle all of the responsibilities, or you're only giving kind of half your effort, you're not able to give more effort to each, then it might be a time to just evaluate. But you don't have to make any decisions. And sometimes it's good to have multiple streams of income. It's good to have a backup as well. So you don't have to, don't let society dictate that you must do one job and one job only, and you must stay in that job for 50 years, and you must, do the status quo. Like, no, if you enjoy two different jobs, or you want to change jobs every year, that's your call. Whatever you feel drawn to, whatever you feel comfortable with. I just don't feel like you're very comfortable staying in the same place all the time. So you might have that need for travel, and a need for passion as well with this seductive energy. You need to have fun, and either with the people that you work with, you need to be able to have a laugh. You don't want to be around people that are too serious, is what I'm feeling. So even whether you work in the police or a very strict institution of some kind, you still, I feel like, always want to have a laugh on the job. You still want to bring the light, bring the fun into whatever it is that you do. Bringing that light where there's darkness. And I feel like whatever it is you choose to do, you will always bring that light, because I think that you're one of those people that just gets along with everybody as well. I feel like you're not someone that really has enemies, or you've got great relationships with the people around you, and you're great at building friendships and relationships, and you're excellent at manifesting to be able to create whatever it is that you desire and that you want. So I feel like the world is your oyster group for you. You could do any of these jobs or more. But I feel like sometimes you have to go through the process. Maybe you need to try out one of these jobs that you've been thinking about doing, so you're able to either rule it out or rule it in. You know, sometimes we can have this skewed vision of how something may be, but in reality it's not quite what it seems to be, because maybe the aspect of the job that you really wanted or loved about it, you may only be doing that 10% of the time. And maybe for the 90% of the time, you're doing paperwork or something that you find very tedious or that you hate, okay? And then you've got to look at the job as a whole. How much of this do I love? How happy am I in the majority of the time doing this? You know, sometimes that can help a little bit as well. It's like, oh, well, I enjoy this tiny bit of it, but I absolutely hate most of it. Life is too short to hate what you do. And sometimes we need to make sacrifices. Sometimes we need to stay in jobs we dislike because we've got to put food on the table if there isn't any other option. You know, we have to do what we have to do to survive as human beings. But there is no excuse to never want to branch out. You know, there's always a way out and to do something else you like. It may take longer than you would like or expected, but it will get there. But like I said, with that energy of Uranus and the fives coming through, things are going to change, and they're going to change pretty damn quickly for you. So just keep an eye out. And the only other thing I will say is that for those of you that are single, or you know, if you're having relationship issues, it may be that a partner that comes in is what changes your financial and your career path, your circumstances. Like I said, whether you go into business with them or whether they open your eyes to a new opportunity to go to work with them, or just by being in their presence, they may have opened your eyes to other realms of possibility. I just feel like whoever this is a very good influence in your life, or whoever comes in is going to be a very good influence in your life and in your future and your goals. And you know, you're both very supportive of each other, and I feel like this is what's going to help you both to grow exponentially in career, business, and your future life path. Okay, so I hope this resonated for you, and if it did, please let me know down in the comments below, and please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading today. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care.